What up, though? So, there's been a lot of bad video games, movies, TV shows, Star Trek, Starfleet Academy. That's just been really dominating these industries. And mainly I'm going to talk about the gaming industry today's video because we just had the falling off of High Guard and possibly the falling off of Marathon. I don't believe it's come out yet, but people are already calling that Concord. I don't know what number we on now. And then you got games like Reloaded. And I saw a comment on somebody's video the other day, and it said, video game industries, they keep losing money. Why do they keep coming out with this slop? And I thought to myself the same question, like, why these industries keep coming out with slop that people are clearly rejecting? They keep spending literally millions of dollars on garbage, but yet none of them have gotten the memo that the consumers, we're just not buying it. We're not picking up the wokeness, the DEI-ness. We're not picking it up. We leaving it exactly where it's at. And that got me to thinking. My theory is, and this is just my opinion, my theory is that it's going to get worse before it gets better. I'm thinking that's what they're thinking. They thinking it's going to get worse before it gets better. It's like if you ever had acne. I still deal with adult acne. But if you ever had acne and you start taking either a topical or oral remedy, the main thing that, they kind of tell you is that it's going to get worse before it gets better, before it starts to take a hold of your system starts to get used to it, and you eventually, it will kick in and it'll start to work. That's what I see the industries are, that's where I see their mindset at. And the reason why I say that is because they keep putting out this garbage, this slop for consumers to consume, even though they know for a fact that consumers are not consuming. They're coming out with articles on X, and they're pretty much telling you and I that we're wrong for not giving this game a chance and this show a chance, and that you guys need to just give it a chance. They're not really putting out these shows or games for people like us, like you and I, for people in my generation. I'm 42 years old, I'm about to be 43. We have already been indoctrinated in a certain way. We have already grown up and had the best, pretty much in my opinion, the best of the best and what it's supposed to be. We have already had that. What they're targeting is our children's. They're targeting the next generation and beyond. And the reason why they are flooding the market with slot video games and Star Trek, Starfleet Academy, the reason why they're flooding the market with this garbage is because they want to set a new standard. And the new standard is the woke DEI racist, honestly, in my opinion, garbage that they want for the later generations. And I thought too also, when I was growing up, there was family dynamics. You had a father and a mother in the home. You raised your kids according to scripture. You went to church on Sundays. You had Sunday dinner, either your house or you go to your big mama's house. You go there and there was that family dynamic. So the video games, movies and everything, even though they still had their innuendos and stuff like that, it was more structured around the culture and the society at the time. And I think what's happening now is that since there's been a falling away of the nuclear family, the traditional family, the morals and values, those high standards, those Christian values, since there's been such a falling away from that, now the gaming industry, movie industry, Hollywood and everything, music industry has, in my opinion, ushered in a lot of this falling away. Has ushered in the news, social media and everything. They have ushered in this falling away because it's just so bent on, and I don't even think it's bent on greed, because they're losing, I think they're losing a lot of money from the slop that they're putting out there. Like I said, it's going to get worse before it gets better. I don't think they are putting out this information to really gain money. It's like when I was in the military and I deployed to Afghanistan. Well, we was getting ready to deploy to Afghanistan. The mantra was the hearts and minds. We're trying to win the hearts and minds of the Afghani people. And I think that's what's also being done here. The industries are trying to win the hearts and minds of the next generation so they can continue whatever demonic agenda that they're trying to exploit onto the world. They're trying to kind of thwart our defenses, like 2A, and just basic understanding. I mean, look what they're doing with the kids, with the transgender agenda and everything, and how you have a lot of detransitioners come out, but you don't really hear their voices. Their voices have been smothered and covered. Waffle House, boy, I'm hungry. They are smothering their voices and promoting other voices, and they trying to make us think that it's more of them than it is of us. And I hate to use that them and us analogy, but for lack of better words, they want everybody to think that it's more of them that thinks like them than you and I. And that's not true. In my opinion, I don't think that's true. I think it's more of us than it that thinks in the way we think than them. But they the ones who has the mic right now, so therefore they're louder than us because they control that medium. And they don't like the fact that we can go on X and other syndicates and having a Republican in office, especially a MAGA Republican, and then we're having some type of voice, opinion in the matter that's actually being heard. They don't like the fact that that's going on because it thwarts their agenda. But like I said, it's going to get worse before it gets better. Downtown in those comments is waiting, my love, and while you down there, freak that like button. Let me know downtown in those comments, am I tracking or am I off? Because I think that they know that eventually, if they throw enough slop at the wall, that is going to stick. And they're pretty much waiting us out so they can get to our kids and then their kids, or maybe our kids' if they start to fall away, in a sense. But I think that they are truly understanding of the times that we living in, and they are capitalizing on it, not for monetary gain, but for really the soul and the fabric. Like I said, winning the hearts and minds of the people to be able to thwart our defenses when it comes to Christian living, our Second Amendment rights. It's just certain stuff that you might think that there's no correlation, but in theory, there's a lot of correlation between things that we're really not privy to, or really don't have any true comprehension or understanding of, because they're thinking so far ahead in advance that we can't, it's hard for us to nail it down. But they showing a lot of their cards. They're showing their cards. We just have to pay more attention to what's going on to be able to combat it. But I don't know. Maybe I'm off, maybe I'm not reading the room right, but it just seems that the only logical reason that they will continue to put out slop is clearly not money, because they clearly losing a lot of money. And even, with Xbox changing of the guard, they didn't put somebody in there that really had gaming experience. Why did they do that? If they're trying to change to get more money, why didn't they put somebody in there who would actually be the prime candidate to forward that? Clearly, that's not the agenda. So we got to start thinking a little bit, in my opinion, a little bit outside of the normal way of thinking. And then when you think about I gotta mention it again, Star Trek, Starfleet Academy, they're already, and even the game developers, they're buying up all these studios. They're already bringing people in that are goofies and weirdos. I mean, these people are goofy and weird. They're already bringing these people in to develop these games, actors and actresses, music producers. They're already coming to them in this state, in that goofy, weird state, and they having minimum to do with the further destruction and indoctrination of these people. They don't even have to do anything anymore. It's like they don't even have to diddyfy them anymore. They're already coming to them like that. And it's like, man, and that's what they want to do. When their slop starts to stick, it's not going to be a learning curve. It's already going to be accepted. And I think that's what the ultimate agenda is that they're already going to accept this crap, and it's just the further destruction of God's people. What else could it possibly be? I don't know. Y'all let me know downtown in those comments what it is. Don't forget your keys, your wallet, and your phone on your way out.